Hey yo, what's up? It's the world's greatest KIG63, and I'm arguing with Wyldamerica right here. It's Block Party Action. Let's kick it.
Listen carefully. This is Sparta!
All right, y'all. 927 presents Cats, Dogs, Frogs, and Hogs. I'm Wyldamerica, and I'm here to argue with all of y'all. And today, straight from South Africa, she became an MC at the age of 16. This lyrical wordsmith slash poet has been killing the hip hop game. She's an international brand ambassador. She's a voiceover character on Disney Plus. She is the hottest, keyword hottest Fahrenheit, female South African hip hop artist, period. And what's even crazier is she got a degree in media and anthropology. From Love and Hip Hop, y'all, South Africa, GiGi Lamayne.
I love that intro.
I always want to get credit for my intro.
Listen, I've never heard anybody do it like that.
Hey, you know what? That is my trait. If I don't give everything I have on the intro, I don't know where it's going. I'm gonna make sure I need to do a 30-second intro every time.
Well, you know, I killed it.
That was one of the quietest ones. I'll throw that out there. I mean, because, you know, there's no alcohol or anything. That kind of hyped that one up. So, you know, so I am really excited. The world, let me tell you how this works, okay? So yesterday, working on some painting, my buddy, DJ Q11, y'all know Q is always on this show. Q may be the biggest I'm Here to Argue podcast fan. If we was live and we're doing this remote on phone, he always chimes in every interview, say what's up. He like to hype his people up, and then he bounces and say, I got to get off so I can listen. So shout out to Q out here. So this is the 927 Mobile Cigar Lounge presents the I'm Here to Argue podcast, and we are live at Evolution Creation Studios in Greenville, G Vegas. We taking it up to G Vegas. This is season 3, episode 1. I was holding off on doing season 3 till next week, but when you get a call from DJ Q11, you got to do what you got to do, and look who he brought. I did not know that it was going to be GiGi Lamayne.
Stop.
I did not know. So y'all hear this accent? We blessed with this accent. This is going to be a pleasant interview. We about to hear this accent, and if I forget to ask a question, it's because I was listening to her talk.
Oh, wow.
And I lost my train of thought. Okay?
I'm keeping it.
So my first question is,
Yeah.
when did you decide that I want to be a hip-hop artist? I want to write. I want to go into this life. I want to get in that water. I want to jump in that fire with being in entertainment.
You know what? It was actually a mistake. So I was actually in university, and there were these activations with a liquor brand that was there. And there was this huge competition, a contest where it was kind of like, if you could sing or you could rap or you could do spoken word, come onto the library lawns and, you know, drop your 16 or like sing, whatever it is. And I was in between classes, so it was politics and media. And I decided that I was going to be 10 minutes late for my politics class. And I ran into this like caravan, and I did my 16. And all the guys who were there were just like, well, okay, this is like cold. I'm like, what does cold mean?
Yes.
Like, what's going on? And 3 weeks later, I got a call. And they were like, you know what, you've been selected for this thing. The prize is that you get to be at Ultra Miami, and you also get your first management deal, and you get your song to basically get blown up across Southern Africa. And I didn't think I was going to win. And like I'm saying, it was my mistake, right?
Oh, wow.
And then a few weeks later, I got like voted into the top 3 out of like 50,000 people performed. And then I won. And I was just like, what is going on? I won. And I just remember my mom saying to me, you know what, I still want that degree to come home because you'll be the first graduates in the family. But you can do music all you like. We're okay with that. And yeah, like I'm saying, it was a big mistake. And then coming back from Miami, everyone kind of knows who you are at the airports and just in university. And I just stayed true to myself. I was just like, I'm going to finish. I really want this degree for my mom and for myself. Finish that. And I became a superstar in South Africa.
Superstar is the word. Superstar is the word. Key word. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So, and I heard you say the word university.
Yeah.
Why is it an African thing? Why don't they say college in there? What's the
that is a very good question because college is not university. Like university is better than college. Like I'll explain that to you though, because the university I went to is a sister school to Yale.
Okay.
So I mean, Yale is not Yale College, right? It's Yale University. So the University of the Witwatersrand is also a university. Same colors, almost the same emblem. Everything is like similar, but like colleges. I mean, people do go to colleges, and college comes just before university.
Okay.
But yeah, we call it university, and it's like the toughest to get into. So when you get your stripes from university, you make sure you say university because it's tough to get in there.
Listen, see, we already learning something right now.
Yeah.
Think about this, y'all. We are like 5 minutes in and she already done schooled us to the game of what is university.
Yeah.
University, I got to say it like that too. I went to the university.
University.
So walk me through this.
Yeah.
When did you realize, like, oh my God, this happened? Like, when did it pop and you realize, I'm there now. I'm that chick now. I'm that diva. I'm that star. What moment in your career so far where, like, it just popped? Like, you could have been on stage and were like, bam, I'm it now. She is me.
I don't know if I'm it now because I'm just, like, super hungry. And I'm super, I don't know if I'm there now, but when I kind of figured out that it was like definitely a calling and what the universe or God in this instance would want me to be was probably when I performed at the president's inauguration in my country. So just being called up to do that, I mean, what female rapper, like what rapper does like a performance at the presidential inauguration, right? That was unheard of.
That is, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, and I was the youngest there, and I think that's when I kind of knew, okay, this is like a serious calling. But in terms of being there yet, I don't feel I'm there yet. Like,
I like that feeling. You stay hungry. How do you do? Did the university?
University.
Like, I'm still hungry until I'm full. I'm never gonna be full. Like, it's kind of like if you go to Olive Garden, you get that bottomless pasta.
What?
Some people. They get that second plate of bottomless pasta and they pay the money. And they be like, I paid my 13, I got 2 plates, but there's some people like, I want all the pasta. Like,
yeah, I definitely want all the pasta.
They're getting it.
Yeah. No, I'm not, I don't get easily satisfied. Like, I'm my biggest critic. I'm definitely like a perfectionist and perfection doesn't exist.
Is it hard? Is it hard as an artist? Is it hard for when you record a song, like you did the song great, and everybody thinks the song is great, but it's like you feel like you left some meat on there, or
I mean, I'm an artist, but I'm a Black woman.
I love that.
And for me, Black woman comes before artist. So with everything I do, I know that there are like a lot of young women on my social media who look to me to be able to deliver, and I think that's why I remain hungry, because there's so many girls looking for a plan, looking for a way out, looking for how to do things, how to start their next business. And because we don't have that many like women, especially in the African context, who are like really pushing, boundaries, myself and like quite a few amazing women know that we've probably been called to do that. So I think the hunger definitely comes from like even the young girls around us who are like, it almost feels like a what next situation. Like, what are we doing next? Like, okay, are we doing this now? Some of us are going to try and become artists. We're going to get into studio. We're not going to fall into weird ways of making money. We're gonna do the right thing, and we're gonna, thrive on the fact that we have you to look up to. And I mean, I've got amazing women around me still in Africa. Like, I'm not the only one. So I think the hunger definitely comes from that. Just knowing that I'm a young Black woman with responsibilities. I haven't had kids of my own yet. I've never been married yet. Because I just feel like the agenda is bigger, the cause is bigger. Once you know that your purpose is bigger, it's not very easy to settle. It's not very easy to compromise. My mom always says I probably would have been some political activist, but I was literally born when apartheid ended. So chances are, I might have gone into politics to try and change the world.
I mean, you have that. I mean, your music speaks that too. I've been listening to your music and, just getting a very crash course on just you. And you're very unique. And just,
thank you.
If I've only had less than 24 hours to research you, and there's some people that's been around for this whole journey, this whole ride, to see where you're at and the standards you set.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this now. Correct me if I get this wrong. I'm trying to send an American comparison, okay? And this is where, if I miss, and you correct me on another artist or another way to be.
Yeah.
If I was introducing you as saying what Cardi B is to America, for its charts, for its viewers, for its social media, for its TV, would I say you are equivalent? So somebody say, who is GiGi Lamayne?
Yeah.
And I say, what Cardi B is to the United States, she is to South Africa.
I mean, I just saw her on a news channel, so maybe I've been on a couple of news channels.
I'm just trying to say.
I don't know. She's also on Love and Hip Hop,
That's
isn't
what
she?
I was going to say. She's on Love and Hip Hop. You're on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, she's quite funny. I think I'm funny too. I'm not funny, like.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to.
No, but I mean, those are big shoes to fill, and a huge shout out to her. I think she definitely, like, the one thing I really respect about Cardi is that, like, even though there's like an American, element to her, I love how she represents the Dominican Republic, and just like how different she is, and how she collaborates with people, and just how she really wears her heart on her sleeve. Like, when she believes in something, she believes in it. So I mean, for you saying that, I think it's more of an honor for me, because I do listen to her stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's a queen in her own right.
Right.
She's a queen in her own right. I don't know how to respond to that, but it's good. The comparison is good.
If I said that to you and you're like, hey, I did a little bit of homework.
Clearly.
But I really thought that when I was listening, and I've seen your video, I watched about what you stand for and everything you do, and I'm like, she's a leader. She understands that this is bigger than just me.
Yeah.
Because a lot of women, when they start, they don't think about it's bigger than them. They think about them. So like, I need to do me. I gotta eat. Versus like, I noticed that. I said, she's doing this, and it's. I can just tell in your videos and everything you're doing, you didn't go another route that a lot of people do to stay relevant. So,
thank you.
So I can say, so when I post a Blake, she's the Cardi B of South Africa. I'm just saying.
Well, Cardi B is the American version of GiGi.
Yeah! So break this down. Do you remember your very, 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 very first show?
Yeah.
Break it down to me. I want people to go through the ride.
I was scammed. I was scammed.
Scammed?
Yeah. I was scammed. I was booked in a different country. That was actually my first show. I went up there to the show, and I didn't know about deposits and, it's time to get paid. Funny enough, I was actually with my mom and my stepdad. Huge support systems.
Amen.
They love me. Everything I do, literally, amen. She prays for me all the time. And I went up there and I performed, and I didn't get paid. And the crowd was maybe 4,000 people in.
Really?
At a huge festival. But I'm just really grateful for the experience.
Really?
But now I know better, about deposits and getting paid. But it definitely went onto my resume, and I learned a lot from the experience, from not having accommodation to
You rocked it though, right?
Yeah, we ended up paying for everything. I mean, when we were out there, it's a different country. You don't know what's going to happen to you. But just the hunger, like I said, is what I really, thrive on. And I'm just grateful to perform there. But no, I don't take like shows anymore unless you like paying everything in full now.
Okay. Reason I do this, I like to ask everybody, especially the artists, if it's getting introduced to people, I got 3 questions. Well, really 4. I asked your first show. Then I want to know, what was the very worst set or show you've done? The guys, we crack up the stories that I remember asking Q the worst DJ show he ever did. I asked every artist, if there's one show where you realize what happened. It could be technical difficulties. It can be I forgot my lines after every single time. The power went out. Fight. Break me down. Give me the work.
It was the church equipment. So they had me. They had me in like some, I don't know what you guys call it here, but like in the farms, like in a remote area.
Okay.
And people had traveled from the city because you can you don't need to drive. You literally walk to the stage. That means everybody can drink and have fun. And the equipment was like really weird. Like it was like there was an organ on stage. There was like a huge mic with like a fluffy ball on it. And it was giving church. It was giving church vibes. I could hear an echo. I wasn't the only person complaining, but then that thing also came off. What is it? Like a pop filter?
Yeah, the noise.
The actually noise.
Spit bar, whatever you call it.
Then that came off when I was performing because I'm also like a dancer when I'm on stage. And I literally could not wait to get away from that. And I think that's when I really started taking technical technical hospitality seriously, where it's like, if I say it's this, then it's this. If it's that brand, then it's that brand. I expect my mic to look like this. And I take sound check very seriously before I go to a show. I have to have sound check. I'm not one to, I love the club scene. I'll perform in the club. But if there's somebody that can get there like a few hours before just to check things out, that's how professional I am. Like, I want to make sure that everything is to the T because like, you just never know who's watching.
Amen.
You never know who's watching. So definitely like the church equipment in that remote area. But still, a huge shout out to them. Like, they paid me very nice money. But in hindsight, I feel like I should have probably bumped the cheese up just to make sure technical was right.
Okay.
Definitely.
Amen to that.
Definitely.
Well, tell me this. What was, and it's going to be, what was your favorite concert? If that may put a bit, but since we went for the worst, let's go to your favorite concert that you just felt one with every single person. You felt the vibe. It was like
crazy. Yeah. I was very demoralized when I walked into India and they came, it was their McDonald's. They literally don't have any beef. It's like everything chicken and veggies. So I was very disappointed with the burgers there. But it was definitely NH7 Weekender. It's something that's hosted by, obviously they don't sponsor it. I can't mention it here, but a certain rum. We all know what the rum is. Cardi's sister. Oh, Cardi. No, it is Cardi. You know which one it is. What Cardi's named after. That rum. And they were hosting a huge concert in Pune, India, 50,000 people. And nobody knew me. Yeah, nobody knew me. I was probably the only black girl there. And getting on stage and it's like literally just vibing with the music and everyone is turning up and there's fireworks and water like spilling about and like lots of guitars and just it's mad, it's sick, it's amazing. I think for me it was definitely the best show of my life. 50,000 people in India and nobody knew who I was. I was literally going talent, energy, good vibes.
Let me ask you about what brought that. Was it the acoustic? Was it the band? Was it the guitar? Like, it was the vibe, of course, with 50 people, that energy. But when you mentioned the guitar, man, I can just, when you said that, I can imagine that.
Yeah.
But you're looking at, when you normally perform,
yeah,
DJ, soundtrack, or you have band? Which one do you go?
I think that the best, like, alluded to is definitely like if you've seen a Lil Uzi Vert's on stage, then that's probably like the closest that I can, that's the energy I feed off. I like raging.
Amen.
I like really turning up, like feeling the music inside you, band every single string, every single note. I am very spiritual when it comes to my music on stage. Like, and I think that's what the fans feed off and what the fans feed off. So as much as backtrack is something that's safe and that people do, I mean, I do that. It's not my favorite. I really love band. I love connecting with another human being. I like vibing with them on stage, you know, from the bass to the electric to the acoustic, the drums. Ooh, love it.
I'm gonna ask you this, and I never asked somebody that, but based off of this, which one has more chances of technical difficulties?
Of course it's band.
It's a band, because if that DJ or that track mess up, it's a big mess up though.
It's a big mess up. Yeah. And that's why I feel like it's something so spiritual, right? Like you guys all have to be in sync. Like you guys have to really connect beyond the music. I can't explain it, but if you've been part of a band, you know, it's just the eye contact, the listening to each other, the things that you take for granted. And once you're there and then you feel your hair stand up, I was speaking to somebody before, like, and there's this thing that happens, then you know we're about to make magic.
Yeah, I mean, I would prefer, when I was doing music, and I always told people, if I could pick a genre of music, I would not want to be a hip hop artist. I want to be, listen, I'm going to tell you why. When I break this down, Afro-punk. Ain't nothing like Afro-punk. I mean, I'm out there, there's dreadlocks, mohawks, just heavy metal.
Who's the hottest Afro-punk artist right now?
I don't know who's really hot right now, because we're in this area. It doesn't visit the Southeast as much as it will. Maybe you'll go to Atlanta, or no, it's in New York at the Zoo York, because the skateboarding scene. Skateboarding is still like designated to very few locations that have skate parks. So I got to open up and do a Afro-punk concert.
Whoa.
We opened up for Yin Yang Twins years ago when they was hot. I mean, they coming right off of like To the Window to the Wall Yin Yang Twins. We opened up for them.
Shut up.
And it was an amazing energy, because of like, I feel like when you're rapping, yes, you got swag, you're still holding your composure. There's a little bit of like coolness, even if you hype. I don't know if it's like an attempt, like it's a certain, depends on what type of rapper.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Some people can be a humble rapper, or you can be this bravado. It depends on your music. But when you are, one thing I would say is the longevity of being in rock. I like the excitement. I like the screaming. I like the, you know, like Wolverine. Like, you can't do that in hip hop. You can't let that thing go. Or if you do, I mean, you can, but sometimes it's like half of the people you may lose. I'm like, man, that stuff too crazy. That's too like, that's why, like when Andre 3000 does that, what's the songs when they used to go balls to the wall and bums over Baghdad and break down there, you get the people that do that, you may lose some of your genre because they didn't understand. You recording it, it was so much life and energy. You felt so alive doing that. And the stuff that makes you probably feel more alive, people can't swallow that. They need to know the words. They need to be able to sing it. They need to be able to do it and not be like, they're not going to go into that beast mode with you. But that's just what I say. Give me rock and I can have a long future rocking out, screaming, doing a mosh pit, jumping over crowd. Even though rappers, when you think about this, the rappers are stage diving in mosh pit. But if they're going to do it, you got to go ahead and do it all the way. You got to go ahead and do some homework.
So I mean, like with a Lil Uzi, like the respect is still there.
Oh yeah. Uzi, he get it. What's this one? Jaleel, wow, whatever this guy. It's this 6. You seen that guy? He just runs from like 5 miles across the stage and just cuts. This guy's like 6'4".
Oh my goodness!
I watched him for my son's video. This guy, he's wearing like camouflage jeans and boots, and he's muscle. He has no shirt on. And I tell you, this crazy dude would just run and do a somersault and just fall right into the crowd. He kills it. I will show you this video.
I didn't see the video.
I've never seen a black man run into a crowd like this in my life. He is the hardest stage flipper. He just don't care.
Love it.
One time he got up and asked everybody was they okay. He asked the people were they okay. That's how hard he goes when he that big.
Love it.
Yes. I want you. This is the funny question. What's it like going to the grocery store or going to buy something, going to the mall? What's it like for GiGi going now that you are on these television programs? And what's it like? How does it work for you?
I go at night.
You go at night.
Yeah. If I can go. Otherwise, I send somebody. I send my little sister.
Okay.
But I still love interacting with the people that put me on. We call them the GiGi gang. So they call the GiGi gang. Yeah, it's the GiGi gang. Like they're really like, you need to check hashtag GiGi gang. Like
Okay.
I've got crazy fans.
Hashtag GiGi gang.
Hashtag GiGi gang. Like I've got crazy fans. Like fans who like like flip over cars. Like my fans are a little crazy. So I'm sometimes afraid of my fans.
What is that feeling like? No, let's indulge here. What is it like? I mean, what does that?
Well, we're a movement. I'm not just an artist. You know, like I said, I represent a great demographic of young people.
Okay.
There's something called Trees Must Fall. That happened in like 2015, 2016. I was still at the university, and it was about young people not being able to finish school because the fees were really high.
Yeah.
And I was one of the young leaders at the forefront of some of the protests where there were solutions that were created, lots of bursary schemes that were created to help young people. My mom is a registered nursing sister, and I know how it feels, how like her having to work like 2 or 3 jobs to make sure that I, you know, went to school and did what I needed to do. That's why I needed to bring the degree home so bad.
You did
so, I mean, my fans are very like daring. They would like do anything for me. It's not the nicest. I mean, it's not the greatest thing to do. But I mean, like right now in South Africa, we're going into voting season, and everybody knows that they need to hit me up. The right people, you know. And,
Really?
And
I didn't think of that,
my
but
fans take me very seriously, just as much as I take them seriously. I know what the cause is about, and we are just normal kids coming from normal backgrounds. Nothing has been handed to us on silver platters.
Right.
So if it's going to burn, it's going to burn. If it's going to shake, it's going to shake. You know, if we're going to vote for someone, we're going to vote for someone. And I think our leaders know. Yeah.
So what that means, and this is what that tells me about you, that means you understand what's at stake with every move you make.
Absolutely.
Who you represent. If you mess this up, it sets not only you, but generations and people can get a setback. So a lot of, you know, artists don't, and they think it's about them and not about, I'm going to open up doors and create opportunities, and I'm going to help so many people more than me.
Yeah.
So I got to do this the right way, because if I mess it up, it is, you know, it may not be another person who cares as much as I care to come in there. So I truly thank you for being that. If nobody has told you, thank you for being cautious. Thank you for being careful. Thank you for watching what you do before you do it. Thank you for just representing and being that positive artist that a lot of women don't have.
Thank you.
What did you think about the first time you was approached about love and hip hop? How did it happen? What went through?
Listen.
I'm asking some questions now. Hey, he said I'm gonna do.
I mean, my career is quite has been quite turbulent in the sense that I've always managed to like take the wheel. I mean, you know, Jesus takes the wheel. I take the wheel sometimes.
All right.
And I was actually surprised because naturally you're like, okay, people think I'm dramatic. People think, you know, but then I decided to look at it in that, like, that means I can create a good story. That means I can orchestrate a good story. That means I can give good TV.
Yeah, you
and a lot of people had been looking at my social media. Some people find me funny. Some people find me entertaining. Some people find me like just informative. You know, there are different parts of me. I believe in acknowledging that I am a young, beautiful Black product of society.
Okay.
But in the same breath, I also do believe that, you know, I have responsibilities in the greater scheme of things to do stuff. So with love and hip hop, what I was really afraid of was that I was going to come out tacky, a fighter, you know, the usual trash TV. And it kind of did happen that like there's some people are just like, oh my goodness, is this like GiGi? But I really got to tell my own story in my own words.
I love
Because a lot of the time, like a lot of tabloids and people kind of orchestrate that. So shout out to like everyone who believed in us in that way, like the likes of Mona Scott, Lima Zibuko, everyone who was part of the dream that was Love and Hip Hop South Africa. And I think even for you sitting here as you know, being American, you're just wondering like, what could African people show us about hip hop? You know, and that's that, you know, you guys have like sown a very great seed that has turned into something that has become a worldwide movement and culture. You know, from the caps to the you know, the gear to the, you know, the J's to the, like everything. And it's definitely not something to be slept on. So I knew that I had a responsibility going on there. Like internationally, we're also being watched. Like, okay, you guys say you love in hip hop South Africa. What makes you the same, but what makes you different?
Right. And I mean, that's one of the things I want to know. What is the difference? Because when how do I say this? I fell out of it a long time ago when I realized where's the love and where's the hip hop?
Oof.
That's where I kind of like, show me where's hip hop.
Yeah.
At one point, because it's all about this person cheating on that, and this is messy. And I'm like, I don't see hip hop, so I completely went away. And it's kind of like, what was the other show, Love and Basketball? And I'm like, where's the love? You get what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes you start something and it creates something else. So that's why I want to know, because I want to watch. I'm locked in on yours now. I'm coming back to the Love and Hip Hop ship. And I'm watching South Africa.
Can you start from season 2? Because season 2, like, is probably going to come back and we're going to shoot some, like, hopefully it comes back. I can't say too much, but, like, can you start from season 2? Because I feel like season 1 is always, like, a trailer and everyone's trying to understand everyone. Yeah.
I know that, but, I mean...
I was definitely the party starter, like, the fire starter, like, the problem, the antagonist, the villain.
You got all the screen time then. That's what that means. They need that. If you're not bringing no drama, you're not getting no screen, not as much screen. Because a lot of people, they want to get who can get the most screen time so they can do that thing.
But to be fair, we did have a lot of moments for South African hip hop. You know, and Q also had his time. Shout out to Tony. He's here as well.
Tony, Mr. Tony Detroit's in the building.
Yeah, so they were like a part of it, and they're probably going to be a part of the many more. Hopefully, if it comes back, I can't say too much.
Team. You got supporters. You got people that support you. You got not only do you have people who support you, you got people that adore you, people that are with your cause. You're in the right way. This is a good team. Some people don't have the right team. When you walked in here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect on the beginning of how you were going to get out. Like, don't look at me till I walk straight through here. Don't talk to me. You don't know. You know, some people, they have very different stipulations when you interview them. You know what I'm saying? And you just came in 100% you, 100% genuine. And I thank you for that.
Thank you.
Because a lot of girls, there's some diva treatment out here. Like, you know,
I think maybe it's a sign. Maybe I need to come back next time.
Hello
there. Cup of tea.
Hey, you got to do it. I mean, there's some people, there's stipulations. I can only wear white. It has to be cherries.
Love it.
Has to be strawberries. Got to be this. Got to be that.
It's too much thinking, man. Let's just rock.
But you know what, though? That gentleman, Tony, though, he has a very good presence on the phone. Like, just hearing them, I'm like, man, we talk like we already knew each other. And we just got on the phone and it was just joke. I like to just start off with a joke and just going straight, just being, because it is like he's trusting me to interview an artist. And shout out to Q, because Q must have good standing to say, hey, call this guy, because he didn't have to call me like, I don't know this guy. He ain't nobody. Who is Wyldamerica? Never heard of him. Thank you for giving me this call. If he can say it behind that, I'm okay if the mic came back. But I just want to say thank you, because you didn't have to. He could have said, man, you know, we want something else, Q. I know we love you. All right, I owe you a favor. All right, whatever. No, got you. So, so I want to ask some animal questions. If GiGi had to be an animal, what is GiGi animal? What is your animal spirit? Are you a wolf? Are you a dog? Are you a falcon? Are you an eagle? Are you a gazelle? What are you? Some Wyldamerica questions. Now, we get ready to get this. I need all this.
It depends. Are we going into like, can we go into mystical animals as well?
Everybody, I had two people say that.
Mystical, really? Listen, they're on the right frequency. I'll probably be a mermaid. A mermaid or a snake. Just the ideas around, and I mean, don't look at it the same way.
I'm waiting on this answer.
In Africa, you know, we believe that the snake is very sacred in the sense that, you know, there is a rebirth. It's able to shed its skin. It's not very easy to kill a snake. Mind my own business unless you come for me. That kind of thing.
I'm with you. I like that aspect.
It also represents a huge ancestral energy, depending on the type of snake. So the African rock python and the albino python represent a kind of ancestral energy when you dream of it. So it's like, if you see that in your dreams, you shouldn't really be running from it. It actually represents, an ancestral or an angelic spirit around you. And also like just a spirit of protection. So it would definitely be that. I quite like the mystical mermaid because you never see it. Those who are lucky to see it in African folklore will see it. And I know the Little Mermaid is quite a thing right now in America. You know, and we believe that it does exist. Possesses certain powers, and we call her Mami Water. Mother Water.
Okay, I heard that's a dude right there.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this. These DJs, these African DJs are killing it.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm real big on African DJs, right?
Which is your favorite?
I'm going to tell you, I'm gonna name a couple. I'm going to ask you about these two.
Better be good.
I like watching the boiler rooms and the different things, right? I like the older boiler rooms that's going on, okay? So most people don't understand. I ride to that. I got like so many different playlists of just African DJs.
You know music. Boiler room is like hectic.
I'll be trying to tell these people. So what about these two twins, Major League DJs?
My boy.
They are getting it. Like, when I listen to them, bro, I like them. I like their vibe. I like them. I can watch them all day doing it.
Love it.
Let me ask you this, and I've heard this.
Yeah.
Is the African DJ scene, they're saying they are the best DJs in the world.
Absolutely.
I believe that. But people don't understand why. You gotta understand what they do, the way they move, the way they bring it. The African now, I get some people say it's one kind of tone, one kind of bass line. It's so good. I can get it where, because a lot of the rhythm, it's almost the same rhythm, but they freak it. Everybody has their own remix to the same thing, but it's really unique. But I paint when I do my live art shows. And
Oh, wow.
I do a lot of live events where I just paint. I play African music and I just paint.
Wow.
I'm doing all this stupid stuff here. I'm getting it. But I just wanted to touch base to see if you thought that, because those African grooves, those African bass lines, I think there's certain bass lines and notes and just certain frequencies in that African DJ that you're not getting anywhere else. The way they are just, it'll take a while for it to build, but if you can be patient, they're going to take you for a ride.
Absolutely.
Who's your favorite African DJ?
Well, you named the twins.
Yeah.
The twins are definitely my favorite. Bandela and Bandile. Those are their names.
Okay.
Major League.
Yes.
Definitely DJ Maporisa. So Maporisa has actually worked with, he's worked with a lot of people. I think he's worked with Drake. He's worked with Chris Brown. He's worked with a few, I think in Future. Yeah, but he's worked with quite a few American acts. Let me think, DJ. There's so many. Black Coffee. Okay. He's proudly South African. I know he just did Madison Square. So it's very true what you're saying. It's crazy that you paint, because that means that the sonics that the music gives
you're talking now. Teach me.
It sends frequencies to be able to kind of put out what you're putting out.
I'm getting there as soon as
and not everyone can do that. So shout out to you.
I do it live. Like, I'll be on fire. Like there may be a person here moving, and I got this girl doing yoga in front of me. I'm throwing paint on her and taking the paint off her and doing shit. She's doing yoga. I got to show you a video. There is literally a master. This girl, I was on this rooftop, and there's this girl, I don't know what level. If yoga has black belt, she is a grand master. So, I mean, there's paint on her feet. There's paint on her abs. There's paint on her butt. There's paint all over her. She's doing all this stuff, right? And there's a canvas right here. And I'm like taking it, and I'm being so dramatic with it. I'll like touch her and like walk over here. Then I'll walk back over, and I'm like, blah, 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 and I do this thing, right? But it was so beautiful because once you create that,
Yeah.
I hate to say this, it's a bond. And it's hard to break that bond after you
It's
create
done.
something that was just right there at the moment. Like, I can do a piece of artwork that took me 6 months. People won't buy that one. But seeing me magically do something that took 2 minutes of me
Yeah.
doing that,
Yeah.
they're like, it spoke to my soul. I gotta have
Yeah.
it. I'm like, what? I barely did anything. I just slapped my hand and did that. They're like, no, that's me. I got it. Like, how much? Meet me here tomorrow. I'm coming to get that. So,
But that's the thing with like connecting like that with I don't know what you'd like to call it, but like the African music, element. Like once you, like you're saying, once you connect, like it's a bond that you can't really, and it's not supposed to be difficult.
Right.
Right? You literally go into somewhat of a trance, and in that trance you're very confident. So when you say like, I'm dramatic, and it speaks to that confidence, right? Like you know what you're doing because you're not alone anymore. There's something else you're doing and you're doing it well, and that's why you're not even like hesitating about it. And it comes out the way it comes out.
Jesus Christ. I mean, you're to the T. I'm just gonna say this. Well, I got 2 awesome questions.
Yeah.
And then I want you to leave your fans and let your fans know and everything know what's to see, what they're gonna see in the future.
Yeah.
So 2 questions I wanna know. Is it harder for a male South African artist or for a female South African artist? Because I want to talk about their rhythm, their lyrics, how their sound is versus your sound.
Yeah.
What's harder to be successful?
I think ours, because there's naturally but that's a universal issue, right? There's a timeline on us, like, oh, when you get to this age, no one's gonna want to see you play your music or whatever, because we're girls. But also because they're not, like, now we're seeing like a huge influx of women come into the industry, but all along it's always been like men, but I also think that's a superpower because it's just easier for me to look different to you and your 5 guy friends. Like when you guys get to the studio, you guys like all looking the same, all doing the same thing and whatever, and I'm like a girl and I can just like offer something completely different. So I've just chosen to, even though it's like difficult because like there are not many of us and I'm probably the youngest on the scene.
Yes.
Mainstream, I still do feel like it's actually been to my own advantage because it's just easier to like stick out and do things that are different because it's like you're boys but I'm a girl and I hold myself in the highest regard that is my superpower. Like the future can kind of be female.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what about their sound? Because I'm gonna ask you that. Think about the guy's sound. Before you answer, think about the majority of your South African male, their sound.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go somewhere with that. I want to kind of see if you're gonna go there before I kind of.
I don't know. Is it the sound of the lyrics?
The sound of their vocals.
I don't know. I think because I know some of them, like they all sound different to me, but at the end of the day, like the message is still the same. Like the lyrics are still the same.
So do you get a lot of like? Do you get?
Oh yeah.
You got a lot of like their voices are like. I've seen a lot of them. Their voices are they're raspy like mine, but it's rough. It's rough. Like does it have to be rough?
Yes, but now we're getting like a bit of a mix. There's an artist. His name is Nasty C. I know he's gotten into studio with Big Sean, some amazing like artists that he's worked with in the past, and he's quite gentle with it. But like I'm saying, that's why he sticks out.
Good.
But like a lot of our boys, you're right. It's like very DMX like.
It is very fast, very.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm like, okay. But the female, I'm like, you have so many different ways y'all can rap and talk sexy, or y'all can talk. Y'all can go. It's so many different ranges that from a female. It's like she can go dun 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 dun, and then you got where they can go fast, and then one time they can go really freaky and say something really quick. So I'm like, wow, okay.
Wow, that's a good observation.
I tried. I got a little bit. TV shows. I think TV shows open up the game. The independent TV shows open it up for a lot of the Caribbean vibes. When they started if they're playing your song and they put that little caption in the scene of the artist singing it.
Yeah.
I think that is the biggest thing to really bridge the culture of what's going on across the ocean is we're listening to these jams, and like when movies and TV shows start to play the independent people and they play it during like a coffee or a networking event, a rooftop event, and they chop it up in the scene and they're showing the artists, and you're like, wow, I gotta write that down and go down. Or now that they got that app that you can listen to the music, and they're like, who is that? Who is that? Who is that? I think that is probably the thing that probably really helped mainstream a lot of your music, because it's getting people who never would have heard that song or heard that artist. If you're in Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and they're playing one of your songs and they put that caption, or if you're on anything and they drop that, they're like, yo, that song hot. Hey, I gotta go check that out on the spot. Now we can do that. Versus, damn, that song hitting in the background. Let me wait to the end of the credits and see who do it. And nobody can wait that long. They can grab it. They can grab it there.
That's a very good observation.
Yeah.
I think I need to talk to them for the other season.
Well, we gonna make that happen. So well, I wanted to get this opportunity to thank the Cardi B. But she's not the Cardi B. She is in her own lane. She is the statue. She is the monument. She is the trailblazer. We're lucky to have her in South Carolina right now, in the Greenville area at Evolution Creation Studios. You know, when we get people like this, we got to embrace them, love them, hug them, because it's a lot of awesome things in the upstate. And let me just throw the surprise out there. Before anything, what did you think about this place? I got to get
amazing. I don't know. This is one of my favorites. Definitely the recording studio. I mean, the makeup studio, of course. That's where the real magic happens. I mean, you know, no offense to anyone, the guys, but the ladies get me. Like, that's where the magic happens. And it's like, I worry about a place like this because I'll probably pack a bag for like 2 weeks and like my parents wouldn't see me. I'd literally come here, like record, do something visually, listen, do my own lookbook, do some content in the other room for YouTube.
Yes.
It's a very scary place to be in. It feels like a kid in a candy store, absolutely. Or like a kid at, what's that place called? Dave and Buster's? Is that what it's called? Yeah, that's how I feel as a musician being here. Like, it's a very overwhelming in a good way. Like, I really, like, just to say to my mom back in South Africa, like, if I go missing in America, you definitely know that I'm here. But like, I'm working super hard and I'll see you in the next 2 months.
This is it's right next to Atlanta. So everybody from Atlanta, check it out. I mean, we toured G Vegas, what you call Greenville. It's hitting on all 4 cylinders. They got something going on here that you may be surprised. You might not can't find us in Atlanta, and it's 2 hours away. It will be worth the drive, worth your time. So I'm just glad this is the first episode of season 3 of the I'm Here to Argue podcast. We're here. We're doing a couple episodes, and we're going to be bringing it. I decided season 3 was going to happen. It happened ahead of time, and I couldn't have came out and started it with a better person.
Oh,
so let's do this. I want you to tell your fans, let everybody know where they can find you at on your handles, and let's get you. I know you probably got a lot of people to see and a lot of things to do, but you gave the little people in South Carolina, like in the dirty South, a little bit of time. So I thank you. So after you do that, matter of fact, I should do this first. Give me a Wyldamerica. Give me a Wyldamerica shout out. Okay, say GiGi Lamayne. I'm here to argue with Wyldamerica. And I'm here to argue with Wyldamerica. Yes. Okay. Give me one. Give me a name drop. I got to put this on my intro.
Yo, what's good, guys? It's your girl GiGi Lamayne, aka Inkosazana Sekasi, Okamga is South Africa, Johannesburg, courtesy of Love and Hip Hop South Africa, and I'm here to argue at Wyldamerica.
Argue at. We argue, but we didn't even get to argue because she's such a beautiful soul.
Oh, snap.
That's
Can I
what
do
this
that
is about.
again? I want to do it again. I'm a perfectionist, please.
What? Oh, I forgot. She's hungry. She's hungry like that.
I'm hungry like that. Argue with Wyldamerica. Yo, what's good, family? Sanbonani Makai, meaning Nkosazana Sekasi, GiGi Lamayne, all the way from Johannesburg, South Africa, and I'm here to argue with Wyldamerica.
Now, tell them your handle. Give me your handles. I just want to get mine before I forgot, because if I'd have got your handle, I'd have been excited and I'd have got off. So tell them where to get your info at and everything.
So you can follow me at _GiGi _Lamayne, Twitter, Instagram. Twitter is now X, yeah. TikTok, Facebook. Look for the blue tick. YouTube. Lots of cool content coming out, and a huge shout out to you guys for hosting me. This means so much to me. This is literally the beginning of my journey in the United States, and I promise, I don't forget. I definitely take names.
All right now.
And I'm so grateful for just being here and for you guys like taking your time out on a weekend to be here with me. And I think my fans will absolutely love. Don't forget to go out, subscribe, do what you need to do, because from now on, guys, we're arguing.
Hey, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be here, and we can do it virtually. So we found out we got a screen here that we can be. So if she's in Africa, she right here at her favorite new place here. So we there at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Cats, dogs, frogs, and hogs. I'm here to argue with all y'all. This is Wyldamerica. Thank y'all for staying tuned. I love you, and you know what I say? It's time for me to smoke my wacky tobacco. And I'm out.